What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. I'm bringing you this video, Reboot, because there are videos that were on the two old channels that got shut down, and there was videos on this channel early on that are of high importance and great brilliance that have not received their maximum exposure. I couldn't find this one. I thought it was on this channel. I don't know. I might have just overlooked it. But it seems to me the last time I checked this video, which gave me the idea to even start doing this, it was at like 200 something views. That's outrageous. But it's understandable because we didn't have the people that we have now. And shout out to all the new subscribers once again. Wow. I'm at a loss. I can't even speak. I'm just at a loss. But I have appreciated all of the people that have been literally flowing into the channel. I don't disappoint. I am the Jedi. And I'm grateful that you all have found your way here to the channel and have subscribed. But to that point, you know, we didn't have the people that we have now. And some of this stuff is very, very, very important, as is this. I always tell you that, you know, my mission, a great part of my mission, is to bring you content that is effective and useful in real time for your life right now. Right now. Right now. I always say when you have an audience, doesn't matter where they are. If you're standing in front of people, if you're on a YouTube video, if you're in a classroom, doesn't matter. Anytime you have an audience, you should leave them with something. Leave them with something. And the times are too critical for our people at this moment in time that no one should be wasting their time on these platforms with frivolous, insignificant things. You know, there's enough of that. And this is a good video to begin my sort of reboot series, if you will, because I'll be bringing you others that will be reboots. Just means I'm re-uploading them. In some cases I edit some of the stuff out, like with this one I edited out some of the stuff because it wasn't necessary, because it was about something else. But to bring you some of these reboots so that they get their maximum exposure, so that everyone who is exposed to me has an opportunity to access the information and hopefully it be of use in their life right now. This is also important because when we think about every single day we're being assaulted with television shows and commercials, all of them have white heifer, black man. White bitch, black man. Every single one of them. Or it's got to be some mixed baby. I saw the other day something, your grandchildren, it's a white guy, and all these kids are running through the kitchen, and one of them was a black kid. What are you doing? You know, and it's just getting worse and worse. I even saw an elderly couple, and all their grandkids were black. There's an assault on black relationship. You understand? There's an assault to seduce you away, because if you see something long enough, maybe I'll go ahead and try it. Maybe. You know? It's like that brother that goes to jail. I ain't no homo, man. I ain't touch no dude. But now you got life. Suddenly Tyrone, and I've been hearing about it, it's a taboo my whole life. Nobody will know. Maybe I'm going to go ahead and try it now. I'm in here for life. What I got to lose? You know? Or they keep putting the same thing out at a buffet. Some shit you don't even eat. But everybody's eating it. And you're seeing it all the time. Eventually, you see? This is why a lot of our brothers are walking around wearing pink now. You see? I'm from a time when there's no excuse for that shit. There's nothing masculine about pink on a black man. Nothing cute, nothing pink. Nothing masculine at all. Everybody knows pink is a girl's color. Because if that weren't true, if what I just said wasn't true, then I will prove that in my next statement by saying this. Why do we have the reveal still for the baby now? It was pink. Oh, it's a girl. Then they see blue. Oh, it's a boy. Now, switch the script on their ass. Next time you know somebody that's pregnant, or you're pregnant if you're a female, do the reveal if it's a boy and reveal the color pink. And, oh, it's a girl. And go, no, I'm having a boy. Watch everybody's face crack. So don't give me this. You understand? Don't give me this. You've been seduced because they kept showing you and showing you and showing you and showing you and showing you. Now every nigga out there is wearing something fucking pink. It's an assault on our relationships. Then they monsterize Bill Cosby. They monsterize R. Kelly. They monsterize our black men. While in the next very commercial ad showing you some flowing white bitch. Huh? Then we hear this too often. Why can't black men and black women get along? I'm over it. That's because, as with anything, you're not going to get a cake if you don't use the proper ingredients before you put the bitch in the oven. That's real. That's just real. You're not going to get a broiled steak if you forgot to turn the oven on. Not going to happen. It's still going to be raw. And so what I sought to do in this video is to give my people the tools and the absolute answer of how to have a perfect relationship. And I put a guarantee on it. Yes, I said guarantee. Because when you take the proper steps for anything, you get success. You go to Walmart, buy a new book cabinet or something, or a TV stand or something. It's in a box. Oh my God, where are the directions? If you follow those directions and you put it together properly, guess what? Oh my God, voila, it is the pièce de résistance, and you will have the perfect television stand or book cabinet or whatever the fuck it was. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. So, I did this video. It's been over a year. It's been over a year that I produced this video, and I'm gonna play it for you. But I also want to say one more thing before we roll this, everybody, and that's this. You know, I talk a lot about love and the misdefinition thereof. Well, the universe has given me something else once again on the topic, the title, the issue, excuse me, of this thing called love. And that's the proper way to describe it, this thing called love, because it really is a thing, because nobody understands love. I do. It's not a braggadocious statement. It's not arrogant, but damn it, it's bold and it's the truth. I know what love is. I know what it is. And as I've said to you many times, it doesn't matter what we call it, because that's just a word. We could call it, the word is insignificant. You could almost say there doesn't even need to be a word. But we live in a society where we have to have labels for every damn thing. But you really don't need a word. You see, what the universe has given me in this chapter of this thing called love is love happens. You don't fall into it. You don't seek it. It happens. It reveals itself. Stay with me. I'm going to take a few minutes right here at the beginning of this because I really want to share this with you before I run this video. It reveals itself. What do you mean by this, Jedi? Why do you say this thing to us? Well, here's the deal. I've told you love is like, if we're going to use that word, there's like 68 pages of shit, all single-spaced. That make up attributes that incline us, stay with me, that make up attributes that incline us to a level of connection and devotion to another human being. Stop the video and go back and hear it again if you need to. Now, when a child is born, a child represents this ultimate expression of what I'm trying to articulate to you. So I'll begin with that. A child is born, and all that 68 pages of single-spaced shit, you automatically are inclined to it with this newborn life, because that newborn life has no intention, no agenda, no angle, no malice. It's pure. And you are evoked to service to this new one. Dedication, devotion, loyalty, caretaking, feeding, burping, diapering, bedding, clothing, teaching, loving, kissing, carrying, strolling, swinging, playing with, buying toys for. You just keep going. You're devoting your whole life to that child. It's new. And it calls to your soul. Especially if you the mama and had to carry their ass for 9 months. We're not going to get into morning sickness and prenatal pain. We're not going to get into that. But especially if you the mama, that is pure devotion to another life. Stay with me. Now, when you engage with the opposite sex, you're a woman, you meet a man, you're a man, you meet a woman, you can't fall in love, everybody. You can't. You may think they're cute, and that's all fine and good. Oh, I see they have a nice car. They dress nice. They have a nice job. Oh, that's all impressive. But those things begin to build. But those are all tangible and physical. It is only once you've spent time with a person. Love takes time to heal when you're hurting inside. So forth. Love takes time. So that, let's take it out of somebody that you've seen and been around. Just somebody you're working on a farm together. You're doing community service or some bullshit. But you're going to be out there for a year. And you're around this person every day. And the way the community service is set up, you have to sleep there. You don't leave the ranch for nothing. You eat together. You all do everything. You do everything together. You're around this person. Everything about them. Or I'll rephrase it. Nothing about them is in objection to your spirit. Nothing. So that if it's a younger person, let's say, once you guys are finished, you would say, I want to keep in contact with you because you feel a certain pulling towards them, but they're just a young kid. But now let's say it's an adult. You absolutely feel in a space after this year, not 3 weeks of dating or some bullshit, but after this year, we're going to make it 2 years. Because it takes time. It's got to bake. Now, you're in a space where you feel like, you know what? I really would do anything for that person. Anything they needed, I'd be there for them. Anything. Anything they needed, I would move heaven and earth to do it for them. I'd be there. Even if I had to throw myself in front of a moving train for them. What just blossomed? Devotion, commitment, dedication, loyalty. Steadfast, trust. These things have come out of this person. And oh, by the way, this person looks really cute. And they happen to come from a good family. And they happen to drive a nice car. And they happen to have a great job. And they happen to be really educated. And they happen to. Boom. That's now someone eligible, just like that newborn child, that there's no barriers in the way. I could see myself with that person. I could see myself fulfilling those 68 pages of single-spaced shit to that person. Because if you're not focused on the 68 pages, everybody, everything else is artificial. And it will fall flat and fail because it's fake. Do you understand? Love is not something that people say, I'm looking for love. You don't look for love. You can't look for love. Love produces itself out of a puff of smoke after time invested. It does not present itself out of a puff of smoke after 2 weeks. Or a month. Well, we've been going out for 3 months and we just fell in love with each other. No, you didn't fall in love. You did not, bitch. You go get in there and sit down. You're delusional and you need to be on pills. You are in a stage of infatuation, lust, and attraction. We have to be able to put the proper understanding on things. Stop rushing to the L word. You've not fallen in love. You can't. You haven't had time. You understand? You go to the store with a friend. You go, I'm getting the ingredients to make stew. All right, you guys get everything. You guys get home together. You get in the kitchen, and 5 minutes later you come out and go, "Stew's ready." They'll be like, "Bitch, you what? You know what? You didn't you know you did not do stew in 5 minutes. You did not. There was carrots to peel, for God's sake. That would have took 15 minutes. You did not make stew. Even if you had it in a can, that wasn't a long enough time to heat it up. Because why? Everybody knows that stew takes time. So does a development of an inclination to a devotion to another human being that is not related to you. That is what love, high quotations, is, everybody. So when you think about falling in love, know that you're not going to do that. You have to get around someone who has some of the basic markers and say, I would like to see if love will happen. Would you like to go on that journey with me? Yes, I'd like to go on that same journey because I'm someone who understands what you're talking about. All right, let's start spending time together over the next 2 years. That doesn't mean all this getting on the phone and, no, you hang up, no, you hang up, no, you hang up. That's all cutesy bullshit. None of that has anything to do with love, everybody. It has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with it. You've got to understand the difference between a fucking praying mantis and a butterfly. You just have to. You have to see it in these terms. Infatuation and attraction do not equal love. If you have infatuation and attraction, and indeed lust, and that word desire, then you need to start spending some time together. Very long time, at least a year and a half. And that means every day you need to see each other. I mean, you got to move in and check up. That's out. But that means you got to be together every single fucking day for at least a year and a half. 2 years. I'm going to push it. Everything you need to know about this person, including their blood type, and I'm not kidding. Everything. And then you see if that devotion, that 68 pages, does that become? Does that become? Because then when it does, don't matter what you call it. You say, all this 68 pages of shit, I got that for you. I got that for you. Now we're ready to be together. That means you can be together. That don't mean you're in love. That means we are absolutely compatible. I enjoy you, you enjoy me. We should be together. Now, that's the perfect segue into the video. Because now, if you're going to be together, in this video, the Jedi will lay out to you how to have the perfect relationship. If you want something you never had, you got to do something you never did, everybody. And so, just by seeing this video, you're going to realize that you are doing everything wrong. I'm hoping you're going to see the error of your way and see the sensibility that I'm laying out in this piece because it begins at the selection process when you first engage with another human being, what you should be doing. Because everybody's doing the wrong thing, and you're doing it all wrong, and you're starting way too damn soon. Because from the time you're knee-high to a cricket, where your little boyfriend at? Where your little girlfriend at? Set your ass. You don't get a girlfriend and you don't get a boyfriend. But I'm trying to say to you that you're not only are you doing everything wrong, But you're starting out even early on doing it all wrong. Because you've been told you're supposed to have your little girlfriend, you're supposed to have your little boyfriend, and that love happens. I'm going to come together, we're going to fall in love. And no, you're not. And why a lot of relationships fail is because, first of all, the engagement process, how we engage with the other one, is completely wrong. And then once you're in the relationship, you realize there's 68 pages of shit, even though you don't have that language and knowledge to say it to yourself, silently or out loud. You realize that there is work to this. There's a certain level of requisite that I didn't think about and didn't know about. I hate him now. I hate her. He's cheating. She's cheating. This is why your relationships fall flat and fail. You understand? This is why. So I ask you to ponder. First listen, and then ponder the case that I am laying out in this piece, and understand by the end of it why absolutely the perfect relationship is possible. Absolutely. Everybody says they want the perfect relationship. Everybody says it. They claim it. They claim it. You see? It's $100 billion industry. Relationship therapy and, books and all the shit. Counseling and, Everybody say they want the perfect relationship, but everybody wants to do the exact wrong thing. They say they want cheesecake, but they go in the kitchen and they put together the ingredients for a salad. And they don't understand why they didn't get cheesecake. I don't understand. I don't know why I didn't get cheesecake. I thought it was just, I can't. Listen carefully, because I know the things of which I speak, and every single relationship I've ever been in has been exactly what? Perfection. And this is how and why. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. I'm back again, you guys, with another video. Uh-oh, y'all. No, I don't have a wristband of strength and power. I can't do anything. I'll be back. Damn it. I'm over it. Okay. This is the wristband of strength and power. This is the necklace of knowledge and wisdom. Anyway, how to have the perfect relationship. Because I proclaim to you that all the relationships that I've ever had were perfect relationships. Perfect. Problem, drama, free, period, the end. And why this is important, everybody, is because, I've talked a lot about the character of our people. I've talked at length about pathology. How nothing just becomes. Everything has a point of origin and a developmental stage, and then it becomes an aha, So, such is the case with this. When you talk about characters related to this, my people lack character. And I've preached at length, and I'm going to preach at length again at some point because all my stuff got deleted. So I'll be redoing a lot of videos as I'm doing this one also. But I'll be redoing a lot of my religious stuff, and because that's a critical chain, that's a link in the chain, everybody. That's like the train without the engine. We can't just, I have to talk about the things that matter, and it's a cohesive message overall that I'm trying to communicate to my people. It's not just one thing. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. So the character of my people is why you have so many problems with your relationships. And I have to mention Muslim culture and how we live our lives, because find me one twerk video by a Muslim on any website, or Facebook, or anywhere else. It doesn't exist. Find me one. You won't. You won't. You know? Find me one. We don't have the baby's mama, baby father stuff. And we don't have I talked about the dating in my Our Men Choose to Be Single video. We have a different way that we even engage and prepare ourselves to engage with the opposite sex and all those things. So again, it's like I told you in that video, it's like there's a line that goes down the center of my heart, because I'm an African. I'm you. You are my brothers and sisters. But I'm like, y'all tripping. That, it's kind of like that. Like, well, we related, but y'all tripping. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It feels like that in a way, because if my people would just get the prescription for the proper prescription of how to live your life, just take religion out of it and spirituality if you want to. Just a code of life. Because that's what Islam is. That's what it is to be a Muslim. That's what the Word of God is your instruction for life, from morning to night, from birth to death, period. And all the answers in between. Everything. Everything. Even my will and how my assets are supposed to be divided up when I die, no matter what my family structure is, comes from the 5th surah of the Quran. Allah is perfect. And the Word of God, the only Word of God that's perfect on the earth, is the Quran. You have to know this. You have to know this. You have to know this. So it seeps into this conversation, because when you talk about relationships, I mean, people have made, it's a $1 billion industry, from therapists to relationship gurus to marriage counselors to self-help, the Dr. Phils of the world, all those things. These are $1 billion. It's a $1 billion subject. I should write a book. And I think after you hear this video, you're gonna be like, "Damn, Jedi, you really should have wrote a book and put that in a book." So I claim copyright on this material right now. That is legal and binding. Understand that. Anyway. And you can write this down, or you can rewind the video and keep watching it 50 different times, you guys, because this is how you have the perfect relationship, and you will have no problems at all. The first thing is self-preparation. That's for the man and the woman. Excuse me. You got to be prepared. The woman has to be prepared, and the man has to be prepared. You have to, in Islam, the man and the woman come together as a contract. I mean, that's the concept. That's a contract. What she wants, demands, and needs. What he wants, demands, and needs. They come together. This is your wants, demands, and needs. This are mine. Okay. All right, let's do it. And it's binding. So that each person gets what they need out of that relationship. But overriding it is the man's obligation to God, and where God has placed the woman on her throne, so that she is absolutely the crown of everything. Absolutely. And that man's responsibility is to do no harm and to provide and protect that woman. That's her guarantee. That's her guarantee. But then you have to know something about taqwa, which is the fear of God in the last day that Muslims hold sacred. This is why the Christian will lie and tell a white lie and deceive and whatever. We're too afraid to do that. Too afraid of God in the last day, because this life is like that, and then, oh my God, it's judgment and eternal hellfire or eternal paradise. Taqwa, my people. Taqwa. It's very important. Now, preparation by each party. That man has gotten his education. He's worked out his finance. his holding, his assets, and so forth, etc. The woman has done the same thing, and now they're ready to come together. But I'm going to give you the scenario that you're probably most used to, where y'all are pathetic and trifling. You got those weak Christian minds and hearts, no moral fabric, no code of life, and you are just flailing around. You've been dating the opposite sex since you were very young. Some of you may have children, and the works. All right? We got to go where the fire is. But you can still have a perfect relationship, and I'm going to tell you how. Now, the selection process is still there. First of all, you need to be sure that you want to be in a relationship. That's first. The man and the woman. If you're a woman and you just ain't ready to be tied down, that's fine. And in this godless society, speaking for that, and not as a Muslim, speaking as that, I will say to you, then go have your fun, girl. Go have your fun. Go out there and, date who you want to and have your fun, but don't get tied down. That's fine. I say the same thing for the brothers. There's no law that says you have to be in a relationship. There is. But again, we're dealing on your level. So, you don't need to be in a relationship. But you need to know that you don't want to be in a relationship. Now, once you've decided that you want to be in a relationship, then that's what you need to be looking for. And that's the only thing you should entertain. Now, this is for everybody, but obviously speaking from the man's perspective, I'll try and go back and forth for the women and the men, but this is for both parties. All right. So now, first thing you want to do is you're not going on looks. That's bonus. And even if you just let that be the only thing, then it's like as if you're going to walk onto a car lot and you say, I'm only here to look at Hondas. You see? So, but you don't know what year, you don't know what model, you don't know what color, you don't know the features and all of it. And then you see the interior and go, oh, and then the engine, you're like, yeah, this is the Honda. But the only thing you see on the outside is just, it's a Honda. So that's what I'm saying. So if you just want to go with the physical, then, oh my God, she's beautiful. Then you want to, that's like that. You know that it's a yes or no like that. She's beautiful or she looks like some bullshit and I'm over it. You know that in 2 seconds. All right. So that's over. All right. Now, then if you're going to engage with her, now you got to look below the surface. What's there? What's there? But you got to be sure about what you need and want. And the man and the woman, you need to sit and write down bullets on a piece of paper. What you absolutely need. What you absolutely need. What you desire, what you can tolerate, and what you can't. And you can't, you got to be realistic, and you cannot compromise once you have a realistic list. You don't compromise, because that's where you get into trouble. It's like going into the store and impulse buying. That's when you get into financial difficulty. Don't ever impulse buy. Always make a list. Even if you don't need a list, because you just have a couple things in your mind you need to go to the store and get. You go and get that and bring your ass home. You don't get shit else. Okay, what kind of sale is going on or whatever. You stick to that. Otherwise, you get into financial difficulty. No impulse buying. So therefore, no impulse choices. No impulse sacrifices. Well, he don't really have shit going on, but he is cute, though. That's out. That's dead end. We're not dealing with that. We're talking about the perfect relationship. Now, we're looking under the hood now. So that now we see, you say, well, I need somebody who is educated. They don't have to be Harvard Law and Yale and Princeton, but they need to have a head on their shoulders. I need an intellectual, somebody can follow my conversation and gets my ironic jokes and, knows how to handle finances and write a check and, knows what I mean when I say, something abstract, or whatever. Once you identify that this person has those tools and skill sets, that doesn't mean that you two are good together or right for each other, because personalities can clash. That might just be somebody that's fantastic to know as a friend or somebody to work with or even do business with, but they're totally not the person to be with. You have to figure that out. And here's one of the ways you figure that out. Now, you start going out on dating. The purpose of dating is not to be all mushy and romantic and, ooh, and you were cute in that light, and ooh, you did so, and the little whimsical bullshit. Fuck all of that. You need to see this as business. You understand? This is the interview process. And the decision that you make with this is going to be forever, hopefully. So it is an interview. So it's okay to not be uptight. You don't want to be all stiff and uptight. You can be relaxed. But you need to also show focus that I'm here to analyze you. And in this process, you're expecting absolute truth and honesty on everything. You see? So that means you get to ask anything. No question can be off the table. It just can't. Because I need to move on if you're not it. I need to move on. I'm looking for a relationship. You see? Whether I'm going to be married or not, for y'all un-Muslim folks. So whether you're going to be married or not, for us, it's for the purpose of marriage. But if you're not trying to do that, so even if it's not for marriage, I need to know that you're the person I want to be in a relationship with. You know? And by the way, if it's perfect, then why wouldn't it go to marriage? Why are you just playing house? What's that about? You see? So no question can be off the table, because I need to know that you're it or not, because I only have one life to live and the clock is ticking. So if you're not it, I need to move on and be out and over it. You see what I'm saying? So now you go out and date, and you are asking those critical questions. You know, you're asking even hypothetical questions about things. You know, throw something random at them. You know, like, what would you do if we were married and the house was on fire and I was away on business and the kids were there or something? You're just random, you know. You want somebody who can follow a conversation, who can follow a thought pattern. That's very important, because in the perfect relationship, and I'm really going to be stressing this throughout this piece. In the perfect relationship, communication is everything, everybody. It's, hear this now. It's not love. Because I already told you in many of my previous videos that love is nothing. It means nothing. We can call it whatever we want to. It's just a 4-letter word. That's all it is. Love doesn't even become love, or whatever title we're going to assign to it, until it is expressed. Do you see? Until it's expressed. Once it's expressed, it becomes love. That's love. The word is not. You see? And the feeling is not. It's the expression. It's the expression. So, it's not love. It is communication. It's everything to a relationship. And that's not just about the perfect relationship. That's about the perfect friendship. That's about the perfect coworker. Listen, if you can't communicate, it will not survive. When I speak, I need to know that you heard me, you absorbed me, you understood me, and you received it. You got it. Got it. Okay. You got to know. There's a comfort zone there, everybody. And I always know if it's somebody I can communicate with. If I can't communicate with you, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. You can't have somebody that's waiting to talk, who doesn't know how to listen, you see, and who cannot be honest. There has to be acknowledgement, not just winning an argument or winning a point. It has to be honesty, you see. So when we communicate, I need to know that you heard me, that you weren't just sitting there waiting to talk. And you know if somebody was just waiting to talk, when you say everything you had to say and they come back at you with something you didn't say. Like, did you just hear what the fuck I just said? What? Or why are you telling? What are you doing? That will drive you crazy. Because once you're in a relationship, communication, again, there's communication again, because it's important that you're in a situation where you never argue about the same thing twice. In the perfect relationship, we don't run from arguments. We look forward to them. You see? Because it's another opportunity. We get to fix that now. We get to fix something. We get to fix something that's not perfect. It's kind of like, when an airplane crashes, over the many decades or however long flying has been around, centuries, I don't know, I'm 21, so I don't know. But anyway, every time a plane crashes, they immediately get the Transportation Safety Board out there and the FAA and all of it. They want to know what happened. They don't stand around and bitch that it happened. It's sad. We mourn those that passed, that there were people that lost their lives and things like that. But the most, we got to find out why it happened. Because that can't happen again. That can't. Because if they don't figure that out, you don't get to the point where you have an A380 flying in the sky right now. Do you understand me? You see? You need to hear this now. So it's about what happened. So you got to think about in relationships, and when it comes to communication, and again, you could take this even outside of just romantic relationships, you could take this into friendships and whatever. So when there's a breakdown or an argument or conflict, we are eager to come together and say, what happened here? And you stay in that location or in that place or whatever you got to do for as long as you need to work that out. Because once you leave that energy is done. It stays there. It's gone. We never have to do this again. Done. 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 You see? If you're in a relationship right now and you're constantly arguing about anything more than once, get out of the relationship. Because when you argue about something more than once, that means either somebody lacks the ability to listen, they don't give a damn, or they're brain dead. I'll go there. Yeah, something's awry there. Shouldn't be arguing about the same thing twice. It simply can't happen. It can't. It can't. It can't. So we don't argue about the same thing more than once when there's conflict. You also have to be willing to take care of the heart of your partner when you are not together. There has to be an assurance of comfort. You see? I'm going to talk more about that in a second. I want to stay on communication for a minute. In the dating process, also after you've been dating for, a little while, like, a few weeks or whatever, at some point you want to purposely piss off the other person. On purpose. You start shit. What'd you just say, Jedi? Yes, I said it. Start shit on purpose. Start a fight. Start conflict. Piss them off. Because what you want to evaluate here is how do they act when there is conflict? How do they act when there's conflict? What is their conflict resolution? Very important. Piss them off and get into an argument and see what comes out. Let it go for a little while. Maybe half hour, depending on if you're feeling, And then at the end of it, say, listen, I need to tell you something. I made that whole thing up. I made that whole thing up. I did that on purpose. And I had to, because I needed to see how you handle conflict. Now, if they're the right choice, they're not going to have any problem with that. They will love that. They will love that. They'll love that. They'll love that because that shows you serious. You see? It says you're serious. Wow. Think about if your brother and a sister did that to you, and then she reveals that she was just messing with you, and you came through with fine colors. You're going to be patting yourself all on the back and everything, popping collars. Because you're going to be like, man, she did this. And I was like, you know, she got a chance to see who you really were. Vice versa. You did it to the sister. You got a chance to see who she really is. You know? How did they handle it? Did they keep their cool? Did they remain on the point? You see? Did they still remain truthful? Or was it just trying to get one up on you? You see? This is so important, everybody. It's so important. How do they handle conflict? Because I already told you can't argue about something more than once. But when there is conflict, how does that going to handle? You see, when they test airplanes. I know I'm doing all these airplane metaphors because I'm actually a fighter pilot. That whatever it would be in the book. Anyways, when they test airplanes, they put it through things that they don't ever expect it to have to go through. Like you're just flying off to Provence from New York or something, and it's just going to be a straight flight, maybe a little turbulence, and we land and we're over it. You know, they're supposed to be doing dives and stressing the plane and, you know, depressurizing it and and we got to take it up to speed and we're doing turns and flips and all, you know. They don't expect any of that to happen. But they're testing to see what will the aircraft act like if this happens, and how are we going to respond to it. You see? Conflict resolution. So that's what you're doing in this situation. You know, stop all this just going out with somebody because they cute and y'all got little butterflies at dinner and kiki. Nobody's interviewing anybody, so don't nobody know nobody. You see what I'm saying? Nobody knows anything about your finance or what your career is, what your schooling was, your childhood, your history. If you got psychological problems, if you're on pills, they don't know anything about you. You're just in giddiness. It's an interview process, everybody. Garbage in, garbage out. If you want the perfect relationship, you can have it. You can have it. You can have it. You see? So it's important to put them through the paces. How are they going to handle it? You see? If you want to pick the sister up, show up an hour late, just on purpose. At least one, not the first night, because you won't get a chance to get through the rest of the process. Because if she's really the right type of sister, she should be over you that night. And lose her number and don't ever call her. And by the time you've called her, she's already changed her number and it's over. All right? That's my type of sister right there. No games at all. I love a sister like that. So don't do it on the first night. But maybe, you know, a weekend or something like that. After you've been like a week in, then I'm gonna pick you up, you know, and then it'll be like an hour late. So I'm saying, see how she responds or he responds, and like, don't pick no dude up, sister. But you can meet him at the restaurant and then you show up an hour late. You feel me? Just showing up an hour late. All right. You want to see, first of all, how will they react, and then B. You can also act as if it didn't happen. Just show up an hour late and, hey, it's so good to see you, and and we going to so-and-so, and don't say nothing about it, and see what they do. Are they going to bring it up? You see? It should be an issue, not like, it doesn't even have to be an issue where you piss the person off. It should be an issue because that person needs to be able to say to you that you're not allowed to treat me like that. You see? And if you're going to be an hour late, you need to call unless somebody died, you know? Again, you teach people how to treat you, period. What you allow is how they treat you, you see? So you have to go through that phase, that interview phase. And as I say, part of that needs to be to piss off the other person to see how they react in conflict. Communication is everything. No question is off the table. All right? Now, so you are now going to be in a relationship. There always has to be honesty no matter what. Absolute honesty no matter what. And you have to take care of the heart of your woman, brothers. So you do things that signal to that other, I'm going to keep saying the other person because I don't want to just keep telling brothers, but I'm saying this to everybody. So you want to signal to your woman or your man that they can be at peace when you're not together. You see, a woman should be able to say, he don't look at other women with me. He just doesn't look at other women, period. You see? And you have to take care of your woman's heart. You got to, just follow me, women. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. You got to take care of your woman's heart. And one of the ways you do that is you always got to be willing to come clean with your shit. You see? Because women they're quicker than us. You know? If you see something once, they've already seen it 4 times. They seen it. They seen it before you seen it. They seen it. It's so sad. So if, let's say, you have a situation where your woman feels like you looked at another woman, you know, and you know you didn't. By Allah, you didn't. You didn't. You didn't. It actually didn't happen, but she thought it did. Now, how do you handle that, Jedi? Well, you got to say, you know, sweetheart, I hope that you will, on our trust, know that I never lied to you, because we have a policy of absolute honesty. That's the desire of both our hearts, not just a policy. That as individuals, we pursue truth in life. It's one of the reasons why I love you. And on that oath and that pursuit of truth, I proclaim to you that I didn't. But the fact that you thought I did worries me, because I don't need that pressure and that discomfort to be on your heart and your soul. So what I need from you is, if you see me do whatever it is you thought you saw me do then, I need you to point that out to me at that moment, so that I can see myself. Because maybe I'm doing something that I absolutely just am not aware that I'm doing. But I need your help on that, because that's not my intention. That's not the desire of my heart. But I don't want to discount what you say that you witnessed. You see? That way you're giving her her full right. You see what I'm saying? You don't never tell a woman she was wrong. Nah, if she's saying it, she know it, because women hold more than we do. They just do. They willing to just kind of let stuff go and just, they pick their battles better than us. You see what I'm saying? That's why if women ran the world, there wouldn't be any fucking war. Do you understand? That's another video, Jedi. It's another video. But it's the damn truth, you know? They're more judicious. You see? That's why in bad relationships, brothers are really under the gun, because you some bullshit to begin with. This woman has put up with all your shit for so long, and then now when you argue, she's got a whole library of shit that she's coming out with now. You're like, when did that happen? We didn't even talk about it. I don't even, you know. But she's got all that stored. It's in her. Women are built like that. They know stuff. They do. And the worst thing you ever do is try and deceive a woman. Don't ever do that. Don't, because you're just digging your own grave, you know. For your relationship, you're just killing it off, killing it. So there has to be honesty, and you got to be able to acknowledge your shit. You see? And if you did do wrong, you got to be willing to say that. You got to be willing to say that. Because remember, there's no deception in the perfect relationship. No deception at all. It's all about truth. And you got to take care of each other's heart. So that also, you got to have that intimacy. Men have got to be intimate and tender and, dare I say, emotional. Yes, I said it, and I will say it again. Emotional. Because you cannot have your woman needing to run off to someplace or somebody else for tenderness. You see? She's supposed to be able to get that from you. You got to be able to get that from you. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be able to take care of that part of her heart. And you always leave the door open. Wherever you can be, so can your woman be. Period. Because where would you be that she can't be there? Even if you're going sitting on the toilet, why can't your woman be there if she wants to be? Why? You see? Why? Why? If she wants to, she can. You see? You have an all access pass for your woman. Period. At the end. There's no place she can't be. No place. You see what I'm saying? And the same for the fella. No place he can't be. No place he can't be. You know? Very important. Now, you also have to continue to date. You continue to date from the first date to even once you get married. You continue to date each other. You continue to do those special things that you've always done. You know, as time goes on, you just have to be more creative because you keep repeating a bunch of stuff. It gets a little old. Well, we already went on 4 cruises. Why are we on another cruise again? You know? So you have to be creative, but the effort is what will count. The effort. You continue to date. You continue to date. You see? These things all make for the perfect relationship, everybody. They make for the perfect relationship. The perfect relationship. When it comes to love making, it's not about selfish for the fellas. You see what I'm saying? This is just for the fellas, this part, because we don't need the woman to exercise this. You see? It should be about hers and then yours. If you don't get yours, it's still a good night. You feel me? It's still a good night. Make sure she get hers. That's it. That's everything. That's everything. That's everything. Because we need like what? We probably need like 30 minutes and we can do our own thing. You feel me? Like, if you need that. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe when she get hers and y'all come back for round 2 or 3 so you can get yours. You see? But don't be concerned about yours. One of the keys to being a good lover is you let your woman get hers. You only focusing on her pleasure, not yours. Not yours. That makes you a bomb-ass lover, I'm telling you. I'm speaking what I know. And I need to say this to you guys, too, because you need to understand that even though I grew up Muslim, as any intellectual individual would do, when I was on my own, I had to find my own journey and path. So I'm not Muslim now because I grew up Muslim. I'm Muslim now because I went on my own when I was grown enough and I studied other religions, studied them. That's why when you see me do my religious videos, I can quote scriptures and things for you. You understand? And tell you about the history of those religions and all their details and facts and figures and statistics and stuff because I study them. I've done that. And I was only interested in the truth, not being on a team, not praise dancers and tambourines and choirs. I was interested in whatever the truth was. And the truth is Islam. That's not up for argument. Just because you don't know it doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything at all. Islam is the truth. Period. End of statement. But I mention that because I need you to understand that I had that chapter of, so once I did that, then I declared Islam for myself. You see, that's why I'm a Muslim now. But I'm bringing this now because I need you to understand that I've had a life, you know, so that there was a chapter where I had a regular, what you probably would call a regular life, you know. So I'm not a virgin sitting here in front of you, you know. I've had some life experience, you know, on my path to my own acknowledgement of the truth. So I'm qualified to, I need to give you that so that you can understand that I'm qualified to speak on this, that I'm not just some holy man, you know, in a monastery someplace or something like that, that ain't ever got his whistle wet and don't know what it is to be in a relationship and all those things, you know. So I'm absolutely qualified to speak on this, and so I digress back to say that, you know, one of the things that always made me an outstanding lover is that I'm not a selfish person anyway. So that flows through everything that I do in life, you know, and it flows into my intimacy because it was never about me. I'm going to get mine anyway, you know. You focus on your woman, you know. That's everything. That's everything. That's everything. That's everything. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you want a perfect relationship, brothers? I'm telling you, focus on what your woman's pleasure. Focus on her heart. Focus on what makes her happy and her desires and needs and wants. You do that, and everything is going to be just fine. But you got to make sure you have a woman that can communicate. Make sure that you can communicate. You understand? Make sure that you have righteousness and truth as your ultimate pursuit in everything that you do in that relationship. Period. The end. The only time you're even allowed to be mildly deceptive is if you try to plan a surprise or something and they just can't know about that. You see, that's the only time, because that will be revealed, and they'll go, "Oh, that's why you were doing that," and then that obviously will be excusable. But you don't ever be deceptive in any way, other, unless it's something like that, just like to surprise them with something or something like that. But I'm telling you, if you follow these basic tenets, you guys, you will come to me, or maybe you won't. I don't care if you don't, but you will acknowledge, wow, this really is the perfect relationship. We don't have no problems. We just don't. We just don't. We just don't. Listen, any relationships that I had, the last one, I will call it the last one, was when I was engaged to be married. And we had been together for 2.5 years. Perfect relationship, of course. But then, I was doing a lot in entertainment and stuff at that time. And she decided to dip with somebody else and thought she wasn't going to get caught. I could not have been more shocked, because that's not ever something I would ever do. I've never been a cheater. I'm a one-woman dude. If you got me, you got me. Nothing to worry about at all. So, but I also look back on that as a gift from God, because the things that I was able to achieve and do in life after that was over would never have happened. Sometimes it's almost like sometimes God has to interrupt things because he's trying to put you on a different trajectory. And if you just stay where you at, you're never going to go that direction. You won't ever open up that world that's your next chapter for yourself. Because it's very easy for us to all get into routines and habits, and we just start doing the same things all the time and every day and year in and year out, and and everything's fine. And sometimes you have to upset that, in order for there to be progress, and everything has been progress for me. I can testify. I even heard Oprah say many times that when she was asked about children, she was saying, she had wanted to be a parent at one point, but she's so glad that she never became a parent, because she said, my life would have been different. And I that was truth that she said it, because I understand what I just said to you before I talked about her. She gets it, and people that are thinkers, we get that. I recognized that, yeah, my life would have been different. Good. Glad the bitch was gone. Fuck her, whatever, but that's the same thing. Like, sometimes your life has to be uprooted and disrupted in order for you to have the proper trajectory for the next chapter. And when that doesn't happen, and if that doesn't happen, then sometimes you're given enough wisdom to know, I gotta do something different. There are people that are like that, that say, nah, I need to just blow this all up right now, and whatever's going to happen next, I just need to step out on faith, But in everybody's life, there comes a point where the ho-hum and the routine is kind of over for the universe. And one way or the other, the universe is going to shift you into something else. It's either going to be you saying, I'm going to blow up my own spot and be out, and you do something different, or it's going to be something, the universe is going to crash something for you, or there'll be something that happens so that you can go in a different direction, you see what I'm saying, and come closer to your destiny on the earth. Yeah, so I was glad that relationship was over. And honestly, the last thing I'll say about it is that it could have lasted even after I found out. But honesty and truth is so important to me. You can't lie to me and that be okay. It's not allowed in my life. Anybody that knows me will tell you that you can't lie to him. Once you lie to him, he'll be done with you. He will be done with you. He'll be done. He's done, like as if you never existed. And so when I confronted her about it, because I already had all the evidence, but when I confronted her, I had to pull teeth to get the truth. Once the foundation is disturbed, you're never going to rebuild that, everybody. That's one of the keys to the perfect relationship. That foundation can never, it's got to sit up like the fucking Hope Diamond or the, the Japanese porcelain doll or something. Like, it can never be cracked. It can't. It can't. That foundation must stay intact. It must. It must, because the moment that you compromise the foundation, your relationship is over. Put a period at it's over. Done. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Take care now and bye-bye then. It's over. So I would have had to go from, I could have forgiven her, and I was prepared to in my heart, actually. Because 2.5 years of perfection, one infraction, maybe. I was willing, But then I'm opening myself up to where now I go from, you're a half hour getting home from work, and I don't even care, to you're 5 minutes late and I'm squinting. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to live my life like that. Nobody needs to do that. You see? And so you don't ever want to compromise that. That's why you got to take care of the heart of the other person involved in the relationship. You got to give them that comfort zone. That's part of the foundation. They got to have that. And that will work. That's good for them, and it works in your favor too. Both parties, vice versa. It's interchangeable, I'm saying. So that there is no, when your man says he's working late at the office, it's nothing. You can go to bed and take your bubble bath and get in bed and put some shea butter on and be over it and get ready for tomorrow. It's nothing. He said it. It's the gospel. Period. No issues. I don't need to go drive up to his office to find out, is he there with some other half, but I don't need to. You see what I'm saying? Because in a perfect relationship, there's no need for that to happen. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. Because you started at the selection process. The selection process and during the dating. You understand? You have analyzed and worked out and scrutinized and fact-checked that person's character. You see? Because when it's all said and done, you got to have that landing thing to sit on. You got to have the truth and the character. You see? You got to have that. And the peace of mind. You got those things, your relationship can survive anything. 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 Because you got two people who absolutely want to be together. They came together because both of them absolutely wanted to be in a relationship. Wasn't interested in being single. Had done that, over it. You see? And came together for the right reasons. With the right intentions. This is the keys to the perfect relationship, everybody. Perfect relationship. Remember, you don't argue about anything more than once. You fix it. I'll tell you one thing. When me and my fiance were together, there was one time we almost argued. Almost. Oh my God, almost. Because I was working at a men's prison at that time. And where the prison is located, it's kind of like, what do you call that? The word. Anyway. So I'd be at the prison for 5 days. I'd be home for 2 days. because they would house us, the officers. We had a community where they would house us. You get like a house for like $75 a month, you know. And because it was so remote, that's the word I'm looking for, remote. And so, you know, and then I come home and I give her everything I got. You know what I'm talking about? And that was fine, but shit wasn't enough for her, you know. And she calling like, you know, I just need you to try and come home and get a job closer to home because I just miss you, and I felt good about that. So I said, okay, baby, I'm done. You know, you want me to give it another week? You want me to give a proper 2-week notice? What do you want me to do? You know. So when I finally left, and now I give up that job, and I go back home, and now I'm looking immediately for a job. This is the first and only time in my life, by the way, I've ever been unemployed. Let the record show. So, 2 weeks. In the daytime, I get out. I'm doing my applications. I'm going on interviews. I'm putting in resumes. I'm doing it all. In the afternoons, I'm sitting up playing cards with my homies. That's fine. But nah. So she came home one night, and she was like, you know, I just need to talk to you, you know. And I was like, okay, let's talk. And she says, I just feel like I'm doing everything, you know. And I was, whoa. I'm unemployed because you wanted me to be unemployed, because you wanted the ding-a-ling and the tender love. You see what I'm saying? So this is about me and you. So what's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours. And so I'm the one that's down on my ass right now, so you will pay for everything right now, and we will not have a problem with that. Because that's the only reason why I'm unemployed. And I'm not sitting on my ass. I'm going out every single day and moving towards that. And by the way, it wasn't even, and I'd also put in for unemployment. I had a job before I even got my first unemployment check. Your boy hustles. You see what I'm saying? I don't not work. You see what I'm saying? I've worked since I'm 15. So we were able to sit down, and she really understood that I'm not a drag ass. She knew that already. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been with me. And she just realized that she could have just given me a little bit more slack on that. Like it was a little premature and just really kind of uncalled for. And we worked that through. That's the only time we ever argued. It was done. Or I nearly argued or had a conflict, whatever you want to call it, however you want to classify it. It was a non-event, you know? And I've always made more money than her anyway, and she worked for the government. And I'm that dude that comes home and gives my woman my check, period. You should do that, fellas. What you need money for? Because anything you're doing with her, that's your best friend. That's got to be your best friend. I forgot to mention that. It's the other part of the perfect relationship. That's got to be your best friend. Even if you got other best friends that you knew before that person, that's fine. But they got to know this is my best bestie right here, because I get to sleep with that one. You see? And your friends will understand if you got proper friends. There's no conflict with that, you know? So, so that's got to be your best friend, you know? And so anything that we do, we're going to do together. Only time I would need to hold any money back is I got something planned I want to go shopping for or something like that. You know, other than that, here you go, honey. Here's my check. Because she wouldn't be mine if she knew how to handle finance. You see, she's got to know how to balance a checkbook. Period, to them, end. You see, and how to be frugal with money and all that. You also want to know what is that person's relationship to money. I need to talk about that. Oh my God, I'm going to do another segment. Hold up, you guys. Relationship to money. You got to know what that person's relationship is to money. Do they hoard money? Do they worship money? You got to sit there and ask them you have to find there's questions that you have to ask in order to understand what their relationship is to money. If you're a fella dating a female, then when she walks in, you're checking it. That's why it's important to know a little bit something about fashion too, fellas, because you need to know, is she wearing Ferragamos or Louboutins when she walks in? You know what I'm saying? Is that Donna Karan and Chanel, or is that J. Crew, or is that J.C. Penney? You need to understand that. You see what I'm saying? Because that gives you an insight. Because because before you even get to know her and everything like that, you can already start, and you know what kind of car she drives up and all those sorts of things. You need to understand this, because you need to understand if you're dealing with somebody that's materialistic. A materialistic person is a danger and a killer and a deal breaker for a perfect relationship. Period. Whether it's a man or a woman. If they're materialistic, leave them alone right now. Period. The end. Be over it. Be over it. Unless you have millions. Unless you know Oprah personally. It could happen. Who knows? All right. Other than that, gotta go. You cannot have somebody that's materialistic. You need somebody that knows how to handle money, who can stretch a coin, no matter what your combined incomes are or whatever. You need to make sure you do it with somebody that can stretch a coin. Period. The damn end. Period. If you are a brother, it's some kind of way you need to find a way to get to that sister's house to see how she keeps house. If you're a sister, you need to get to that dude's house some kind of way with your girlfriend with you, because you don't want to be there with him by himself. But if he's the right type of man, you won't be in no danger no way. So, you know. But you need to get to his house to see how he keeps house. Can he keep house? You see what I'm saying? Are there dirty drawers laying places? You see what I'm saying? And sisters, y'all know how to infiltrate when y'all go to somebody's house in a minute. I need to run in and just use your bathroom real quick. And I done told you, fellas, when we see something once, they'd already seen it 10 minutes before us, and they'd already seen it 4 times. They already seen it. You know what I'm saying? So they come in there. When they come in there and use a bathroom, they can go back to their car and draw a whole blueprint of your whole damn house on a napkin. With an eyeliner pencil. I'm over it. I'm promising you. But, so sisters, y'all know y'all CSI with that. You already know. So make sure you can see what, because this is what you're going to be dealing with. You see what I'm saying? You got to make sure you're not ending up with a disaster area. You can't. So you want to try and do your CSI work too. And if worse comes to worse, and I won't say worse, but if you just have to, you just say to that brother or that sister, you say, look, I know I'm catching you off guard because we didn't talk about this. Let's go to your place right now. I just want to see what it looks like right now that you don't know I'm coming. We're talking about the perfect relationship. Both people are interested in that. If I want you as my woman, I'm not going to have no problem with you coming to my crib on a fly like that. Period. Only thing you're ever going to find out a place at my house is maybe I got out of the shower in the morning and I just left the towel on the floor just briefly or something. You know, and my bed is not pulled up. I don't let my house get out of whack. I just don't. You see what I'm saying? So you need to understand that. You need to find out, you know, you go to the sister's house, is there feminine products just used and laying or something like that? You don't know. But you want to. You see what I'm saying? Very important, you guys. Very important. Yeah. If I think of something I didn't say in this, then there'll be a second part. If you can follow this, then you will say, Jedi, tengo todo lo que quiero. I got everything I wanted. Yeah, if I think I need to do a second part, you guys, I will. But I think that I have put it there. And I'm landing it now because I'm thinking this technology is going to quit on me in a second. So, I'll see you soon. This is the Jedi.